In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all two setups that are about to go insane this week and why y'all should keep them in your radar, especially after President Trump's inauguration. We're also going to be looking at some other stocks that I discussed in the last videos. Alright, y'all, let's dive into the charts right off the bat. We got the NASDAQ futures once again. And I warned you guys on, I believe it was Thursday afternoon, about the continuation upwards. Why? Because the bear trap was in, all right? And this was kind of tough. Like, it was, the uptrend is tough. Like, it spikes, and then it fades, and then it spikes again, and then it fades, and then it spikes. Overall, the trend is bullish. We're getting there. All right. This is not good for bears. Bulls are taking back control of the market, even on the daily chart, as you can see right here. If tomorrow the market gives us absolutely nothing, which I doubt that it will give us nothing, then the continuation will happen on Tuesday. Okay. But as far as the way we're looking right now, all-time highs is right around the corner. We are going to make all-time highs. I think it's going to happen at some point this week. All right. And the Dow Jones is looking pretty good. I told y'all for DIA, watch it for a move up to 440. On Friday, we had a gap up, and then we had a spike in the morning, followed by a close near the open. All right. So again, we still have room to get up there. We're looking, again, we're leaning bullish, people. This is not the time to be bearish. Definitely not the time to be bearish. Now, the first stock that y'all should be keeping on your radar for tomorrow. Y'all gonna love this one. That stock is none other than Tesla. All right. That stock is Tesla. And the reason why I want to share Tesla with y'all is because of the 1 hour. If you look on the 1 hour, there is an ascending triangle on the chart. On the 1 hour, it's right there. All right. So it was cooking out here for days. And then on Friday, it finally popped out and had a massive like 8% day from the very low all the way to the high. Like the low was here at 415, a 6% day. All right. Intraday was much more like 4%. Yeah. Before we had this little pullback to the level of support, but so far it's looking like it's holding. I'm not bearish on Tesla at all. The structure is right there, and it's climbing in anticipation to earnings, which will happen in about, I think, 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks Wednesday. So this is definitely something to keep on your radar. It's looking good, as long as here's the structure is clean, as long as the price doesn't get back below 426. So tomorrow, this is what I expect. I expect us to open up either at around 435 or even 440. And then I expect to run all the way up to 455 by the close tomorrow. Right? So this is the first stock. Tesla is looking quite good. You don't want to be bearish, especially after the inauguration has been in. All right, we're done with the inauguration. This is time for us to look forward into the future. All right, I believe there's going to be bullish momentum going into the markets. So Tesla's number one. The next one that I want to give y'all for tomorrow, that one is looking quite good. I like it a lot. It's looking nice. That stock is JP Morgan. Now I want to share JP Morgan with y'all because number one, it crushed earnings. It had solid earnings right over here, along with Citi and along with Wells Fargo. A lot of the banks did really well. Okay, and on the day of earnings, it kind of like spiked, it chopped, it didn't really do too much. Like the premium on the contracts were getting annihilated until Friday. Friday is when they really started to really take off. All right. And Friday, this is when we had the breakout of this beautiful ascending triangle that you see right here. It's the same structure as Tesla, but much cleaner. Number one, it's much cleaner. Like Tesla is okay. It's nice. It's behaving, right? But if you ask me which one is cleaner, I'll tell you this one is cleaner. All right, this one is much cleaner. And the appropriate entry for this structure is supposed to be here, right? And the price target for it, I think, again, I could be wrong, but I don't think I will be wrong. I think it's going to go all the way up to 267, somewhere right here, by like tomorrow 10 o'clock. Yeah. So right now we are in something called price discovery, meaning short sellers are getting annihilated for fighting the trend. Okay, we have short sellers located out here. They're getting crushed. They don't like this, especially like look at the bottom here. Look at that volume compared to the volume where the short sellers are located. This is around what, 5 million, and then we have 8 million, and then it drops again to 6 million, right? So there's shorts right here, but the buying pressure is too much ever since earnings happened and they crushed earnings. We have 18 million in volume. Again, look at the bottom right here. We have 18 million followed by 15 million followed by another 17 million, right? So buyers are stepping into the banks. This is not the time to fight that trend. So watch this one for price discovery on the way up to 266. Now, another stock is reporting earnings tomorrow. Again, this is for the gamblers. We're gonna talk about Netflix. As again, for those of y'all who are subscribed to the channel, I always tell y'all holding anything through earnings is 150% gambling. All right, and if you're gonna do it, manage your risk and be ready to lose, because there is a 66% chance that you're gonna lose. 66%. All right, the odds are not in your favor to start off. Now, what are my first thoughts when I look at Netflix? It had a massive uptrend. It's been a very long time since we've seen, like the last time you had a massive dump through earnings was in 2022 back here, right? For 2 earnings straight, like 3 months apart, okay? Like 6 months of downtrend before we started to see some type of reversal on here. Now, when I look at this, I'm not saying it's going to fall. I'm saying that I'm not going to play it. Why? It's going to be Tuesday. And the contracts are going to be ridiculously expensive. First, yeah, they're going to be expensive. The IV is going to be crazy. And even if they crush earnings, I think it's just going to be an IV crush and the stock is not going to go anywhere. That's what I think. Okay? That's what I think. I wouldn't play it. Let's see the chain. All right, so this is the chain. And then we got the IV at 107%. Yeah, the at the money calls 3,000 and then 3,800, like 3,500, 3,800. You don't want to be involved here. It's too expensive, right? When things are too expensive like this, it's a recipe for disaster for both sides. You're asking to get trapped and to lose your money for no reason. So you want to, again, the urge to gamble, just cool it, chill. I'm saying I'm not gambling. You do what you want with your money. Okay? So that's my thoughts on Netflix. This is for the gamblers. All right, now we're going to discuss another stock which has earnings pre-markets. So this is just something for preparation, right? So we have Triple M. It's been recovering throughout the entire 2024 and it looks like it wants to go up again. Tomorrow it has earnings. I think they're actually gonna do well because there is a structure on here that I see on a daily time frame. It broke out like 2 weeks ago and it's still behaving quite well. Like if they put out spectacular numbers, this thing might actually open at 160. It might actually open at 160. But if it doesn't open at 160 and it opens at like, let's say 145, then the key is to watch the first 5 minutes and to see how many buyers are gonna step in and how high that volume is going to be. Like if you look at the bottom right here, the volume, the bottom, again, bottom left, we got on Friday we had 5 million and then 4 million. All right, so that's the average. Now, if in the first 5 minutes we get that big green candle and you look at the bottom and it says like 5 million shares traded, the day's volume is going to be around like 60 million. And I'm thinking the stock is going to spike. And I'm thinking it's going to go beyond 150, maybe even 155. So there could be an opportunity on here just because the structure precedes earnings. So keep your eyes out for Triple M. All right, so that's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button as always. I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 8 p.m. Central Time. So definitely click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. Obviously, this video is really, I didn't make a video on Sunday because today the market wasn't open, right? So, also, if you'd like to be part of a private Discord community, we can get all of this information in real time as I see them. You can find it as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow my social media at Paul and Guma and the Patternology Lab on Instagram and Onyx. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in tomorrow night's video.